Hello and welcome back to my humble show. I just want to share something with you right quick. It's something I wrote before the election. If it seems slightly out of sync, that's why. It's something about abortion. Touchy topic indeed. And I just want to touch on it briefly. But I also want to share a headline with you, which goes right along with what I'm about to say. So here's the headline from the Washington Times. Biden awards Medal of Freedom to former Planned Parenthood head outside public eye. All right, so for just the first few lines of this, I'll go ahead and highlight them. President Biden awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor, to the former head of Planned Parenthood in a clandestine ceremony on Wednesday, angering pro-life activists who called the move cowardly as well as despicable. Mr. Biden bestowed the honor to Cecile Richards, who was president of the nation's leading abortion provider and a major pro-choice advocacy group from 2006 to 2018. The ceremony was not listed on Mr. Biden's public schedule, nor was his decision to award the medal to Ms. Richards publicly announced until after the presentation. And for just a little bit more, members of the media were not invited to watch the ceremony, which was not live streamed on the White House website. The decision to bestow such a prestigious honor, there's that word again, to Ms. Richards angered abortion opponents like me. And as you can see, here she is. On to what I wrote, which goes right along with that. Make sure I have everything technically settled here. And here we go. It's incredible to me how the once safe, legal, and rare Democrats have now made killing the unborn as conveniently as possible their party's primary call to action. Their entire pitch is that it's a life and death issue, yet they fail to even consider that the entire purpose of abortion is to kill. They'll literally present their position as though more abortion means more life in the world. They've gone so far down the rabbit hole of radicalism that they'll incoherently even claim that Republicans are trying to prevent people from starting families by restricting abortions. They'll insist that it's insulting to say that late-term abortions even exist, while simultaneously refusing to agree to any restrictions whatsoever on those supposedly non-existent abortions. If they wanted to have a nuanced discussion, that would be one thing, but instead they've sugar-coated their truth in a plethora of lies. They're like a bunch of press secretaries for abortion, because they'll say nothing negative about it, and they'll make no admissions about the reality of it. It's as if they actually believe that abortions make the world a better place in and of themselves. It's the epitome of empowerment to them. It's their idea of equality. I'll cut myself off and add that I heard Kamala Harris say at a rally not too long ago, if there's a national abortion ban, which there's not going to be, nobody is safe. Well, Kamala, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, considering how many lives would literally be spared if there were no abortions. Not to mention the fact that we can only even discuss this because we ourselves were not aborted. They are simply unable to advocate for abortion without cloaking the concept in claims which are inherently either unintelligent or outright dishonest. Healthcare isn't healthcare if it isn't actually intended to care for health. When abortion is intended for termination of life, rather than for preservation of life, as is almost always the case, neither life nor health are being cared for. The "my body, my choice" mantra takes for granted the fact that an additional body/being is involved. Not only does the mantra's usage generally gaslight, when used as justification for convenience killings. It's also narcissistic by nature when used in ways which are beneath even a survival of the fittest society. All of that being said, I always experience momentary joy when a dyed-in-the-wool liberal/leftist who claims that men can become women slips up and says that abortion is uniquely an issue for women. What is a woman? An adult human female. What is a fetus? A tiny, fragile, and innocent developing human. Whomever you are now, you were once one of those. And I hope that you truly appreciate the fact that you yourself weren't aborted. I sure do. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Feel free to disagree with me on this touchy topic. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I gotta go. But in the meantime, peace.